This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Los Angeles Rams.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
He goes tonight. 180.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
They go play action with Gurley. Now gone. It's complete. This is Todd Gurley. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And he is finally taken down, but not before he gets it to the Eagles' 33.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Mike, he's coming, check in. Let's go, dude, tighten up.
Hey, Alpha.
Let's go, dude, tighten up.
Mike's done.
A play fake to Gurley. Now gone. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long.
57. Hey, let's go.
Out of the gun. Gone. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Cut. 180.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. I got you.
3rd and long. It's gone. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Fletcher Cox, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Now this is fielded in the end zone. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Eagles will have the football at the 20-yard line. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Done. 280.
Double time. 3 down.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald. What a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. Back deep, Ryan Switzer. This will be fielded at the 17. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially Give him 15. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
On 1st down, it's Grant. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's an Eagles 1st down on a gain of 11.
82. Hey, let's go.
Right back to Sanders on 1st down. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. No score after 1 on EA Sports. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now they'll throw it. Wentz. They're going to set up the screen here. This is Grant. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
The screen was executed and completed, but where's the worry on the play? How many times is a quarterback going to get hit? Because offensive linemen have to do an acting job of making sure it looks like they're whiffing on blocks. But you got to slow them down a little bit, because if you don't, that's a lot of big guys coming at your quarterback in a big, fast way, and boy, he can get hurt.
5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
Running with Howard. And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back, Good job declining that penalty.
Can this defense hold him out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. Going for it with Sanders. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. He'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
It's now 3rd down and long.
Here we go. 180.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. Hey, hey, hey. You got 3. Good.
From the gun on 3rd down. Goff. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jannard Avery racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
It's an Eagles 1st down on a gain of 11.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Here we go, here we go. 280.
Check, 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 check.
They'll run. It's Sanders. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. Tackle made there by Trayvon Howard.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 47-yard line.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. On 2nd down, it's Sanders. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop, a man down on the return. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Wentz now to throw. And that is going to be incomplete. The rookie from Washington, Taylor Rapp, there to knock that away. Well, their first fourth down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any fourth down stop is a big momentum play.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
At the 36-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Off play action. Here's Goff. That'll be caught by Kupp. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. This will be the first red zone opportunity now for the Rams. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. A shotgun snap for Goff. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Robert Woods, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are you doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that could alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
It is such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Throwing now is Wentz. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 27 yards there, a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
Set the tone, defense. Bring it to you.
Now the ball comes loose. And now the Rams have got it. Going the other way. The 40. He's at the 30. 10. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. So many times tight games decided by one big play. A lot of times, of course, it's the offense. Here, it's the defense coming up huge.
And you know head coaches walk around locker rooms, walk around bench areas saying, guys, somebody make a play. It's a cliche, but it applies here.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
We're good.
So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Here we go. Waiting.
Get that quarterback.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. This is caught by Jackson. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
They'll break the huddle, send 3 receivers left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 5. Now Wentz again. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Time to establish the run game here. Gurley. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Now on 2nd and 13, Goff. This is caught and out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A good pickup there at 22.
He gets his first catch there, but all in all, when you're talking about the #1 receiver in the NFL coming into this game, and we're just talking about the first catch there, I think they're doing a nice job of bottling him up.
He's checking crack. Watch twist.
They'll try and push it in with Gurley. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
To me, that's a terrific run on 1st and goal at the 3. They got 2 yards. I'd line right back up and give it to him again.
2nd and goal from the 1.
Hey, kill.
25, check 25.
To throw is gone. And he's going to he's swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. Timmy Jernigan with a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
3rd and goal, Gurley. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive 1st and 10. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. To throw, it's Wentz. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Dante Fowler make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Here's Cameron Johnston now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
I absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the...
It's caught inside the 25. Goff finding Cooks on a big play, 54 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
Tiger!
Gone. That's taken in by Henderson. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. Throwing again on 2nd down. Goff. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Goff. And he's going to go down again.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for L.A. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give them a lot of confidence to help turn things around. Another run here with Sanders. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 14 yards there and an Eagle 1st down. Now Wentz. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Back to throw. Wentz. He's going to let it fly. And that one falls incomplete. A 50-50 ball. A little dangerous. Could have been picked. Now it's 3rd down. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Tight end right, tight end right. 4 down, check, 4 down. Watch the twist, watch the twist.
Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. They converted once earlier in this drive, but they'll roll the dice here again on 4th down.
Tighten up, tighten up.
Wentz to throw for it on 4th. And it's caught by Parker. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
A couple of first downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10. Wentz to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game.
Here we go. Waiting.
Back.
From midfield, here's Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. So the L.A. Rams with a victory here. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better,